Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. What we're taking a look at today is a Fab Defense GL-SHOCK shock absorbing buttstock. My contact over at Optics Planet sent this over. He saw some of my work with the big bore AR-15 stuff, the 450 Bushmaster, and he's also aware of the 458 SOCOM build that I'm starting on, and that's what I'll be using this stock for. And of course I appreciate that. Anytime you guys shop at Optics Planet, if you'll use code BUFFALO at checkout, it'll help me out. Not monetarily, I don't get any money from it, but it lets Optics Planet know that you're watching my channel, and it'll save you a few bucks on your order. And in turn, that will motivate them to send more stuff over to the channel, and we'll get to look at it. So I think that's pretty cool. But because of those big bore ARs, he thought this would be an opportunity to test the shock absorbing ability of this buttstock and if it actually reduces felt recoil or not. So I thought we'd do that. First I thought we'd take a look at it up close and just show you some of the features on it, because it has a lot of features other than the shock absorbing part. You know, that's a nice feature on its own, but this thing has a lot of other cool features. It's got your QD sling mount holes, where you can put your QD sling studs in on either side, left hand or right hand side. This one has an adjustable cheek piece. And this cheek piece is pretty cool because even when you've got it in the all the way down position, it's actually out of the way of the charging handle. If you've got the stock collapsed and the cheek piece all the way down, you can operate your charging handle and it's not in the way. A lot of your cheek pieces get in the way when you try to charge, so this one doesn't when it's all the way collapsed. Now you can adjust it easily. Loosen the thumb screw on either side, and it's got a fairly smooth adjustment to it. If you're running a handle on your AR or some kind of high mount scope, you can adjust that cheek piece to give you a good cheek weld. Now you can remove that if you want. It's not hard to remove. Just need a proper Allen key. Take these thumb screws off. And the only thing that's holding it on is this clamp right here. You've got two Allen head bolts. So the cheek piece is easily removable, and it looks good. I got a little bit dirty off this piece of wood here, but it looks good with or without the cheek piece, at least to my eyes. Now it's got a compartment here. I know a lot of us like our storage. There's a button here. You press that button, and this butt pad slides off, and that's a rubberized butt pad, kind of like a tire tread on it there. Pretty nice looking butt pad. You've got storage, waterproof storage actually in here, and you can use your butt pad as a tool to open that. And you can store up to 2 AA size batteries in there with no problem, or whatever else you might want to store that is that size or smaller. This just slides right back on. But this stock actually has a spring in here. The post that locks onto your buffer tube actually moves. There's a spring that is supposed to help soak the recoil up. This will actually move on the buffer tube. Another feature I like about this buttstock is that it will fit either a commercial buffer tube like this one or a mil-spec buffer tube. So it'll fit either one. A lot of times your buttstocks will fit one or the other, but not either. So this is a commercial stock. Your commercial buffer tube, your commercial tubes are just a little bit larger in diameter than a mil-spec, about 20/1000ths of an inch. And you can usually identify a commercial tube by that slant cut on the back whereas a mil spec is usually cut straight off. But anyway, we're going to try it on this. This adjustment lever here is a little bit backwards from what I'm used to. A little bit clumsy. You squeeze the front instead of like on most stocks, it's in the rear. You squeeze it there and move it. So that's what I'm used to. This one, you squeeze it in the front, and closing it up, it's a little bit awkward, which I don't go around adjusting my stock a whole lot anyway. I usually just set it where I want it. And after you get used to this, you know, it's not a big deal. It's just where I'm used to that lever in the back. But what I've done here is I've put a piece of tape on the buffer tube so that we can see that when I shoot this, if the recoil is actually enough for that spring to allow the stock to move on the buffer tube, like you can see here. It's like a Freedom pogo stick. But anyway, this thing, it doesn't have any rattle to it. Fits really snug, at least on the commercial tube. I don't have a mil spec one down here to test it on, but fits really snug. It's quiet, it's slick, nothing there to snag on. It's a good looking piece, but we'll see how it functions. Let's do some shooting. All right, I've got 4 rounds in the magazine. What I'll do, I'll shoot 1 single shot, and then I'll shoot 3 kind of fast just to see if this is actually, hopefully the camera will be able to pick it up and we can see if this stock is actually floating on the buffer tube or not. Okay guys, so this thing actually works. When I got it out of the box, I thought, you know, a little bit gimmicky, but it actually works. It really does spread that recoil load out. On a big bore like the 450, which the 450 doesn't have as much recoil as a lot of people think it does, but it does have some punch. If you're recoil sensitive, it does have some punch to it, and something like this can help you spread that load out, and really softens the feel of shooting the gun. It softens it so much, actually, that it might not be for everybody, because it makes it feel a little bit different to feel that buttstock floating on the buffer tube. But if you're looking for something to reduce recoil and help you stay on target, you know, that I think it actually works. Now, it's got a lot of other features that I mentioned that make it a good buttstock, even without that recoil feature, that shock feature. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to put it on that 458 SOCOM build. You guys will be seeing it soon, and I'm going to put it to work. I think I kind of like it a little bit, but that's all I got for now, and I'll talk with you guys again soon.